Welcome to a journey through movement, innovation, and the power of human ambition. Today we dive deep into the story of a brand that transcended sport, culture, and generations. A brand born in a small German town, yet known and celebrated around the globe. This is the story of Adidas, the shoes that changed the game, the stripes that became a symbol, and the vision that turned belief into action. Sit back, open your mind, and prepare to experience a cinematic journey through decades of performance, passion, and culture. Adidas is not just a brand. It is an idea born in silence, struggle, and obsession. An idea shaped by war, rebuilt through discipline, and carried forward by an unshakable belief in sport as a force capable of changing lives. Long before the three stripes became a global symbol recognized on every continent, Adidas existed as a simple question: how can an athlete perform better tomorrow than today? The story begins in the early 20th century in Herzogenaurach, a small town in Germany where life moved slowly and opportunities were limited. In this quiet place, Adi Dassler grew up surrounded by hardship, precision, and routine. He was not loud, not charismatic, and not interested in power or attention. What fascinated him was movement. How people ran. How they jumped. How small adjustments could change performance. Where others saw shoes as simple objects, Adi saw tools. After the First World War, Germany was broken economically and emotionally. Resources were scarce and daily life required discipline and resilience. In his mother's laundry room, Adi Dassler began experimenting with athletic footwear. Using whatever materials he could find, he cut, stitched, adjusted, and tested. Every shoe he made had one purpose: to help athletes move more efficiently. This was not fashion. This was function. From the beginning, Adidas was built on performance. As local athletes began wearing Dassler's shoes, results followed. Faster times. Better traction. More confidence. Word spread quietly, not through advertising but through results. Adi believed deeply that sport was the ultimate testing ground. If a product worked in competition, it needed no explanation. The athlete would become the message. The 1936 Olympic Games in Berlin marked a turning point. Jesse Owens, an American sprinter, wore Dassler's shoes and won 4 gold medals. In a world divided by politics and ideology, sport spoke louder than propaganda. For Adi Dassler, this moment confirmed his philosophy. Innovation belongs on the field, not in theory. Performance creates belief. But history was not kind or simple. The Second World War tore Germany apart once again. Factories were repurposed, materials disappeared, and survival became the priority. After the war, Germany lay in ruins. Cities were destroyed. Trust was shattered. Yet from this devastation, Adidas was officially founded in 1949. The name came directly from its creator, Adi Dassler. Simple, personal, uncompromising. The 3 stripes were introduced not as decoration, but as reinforcement for athletic shoes. Stability before style. Purpose before image. Over time, those stripes would become one of the most recognizable visual identities in history, but their origin was purely functional. This detail defines Adidas. Everything begins with the athlete. Throughout the 1950s and 1960s, Adidas grew alongside global sport. Football stadiums filled with crowds hungry for hope. The World Cup became a global stage. Adidas boots were there, adapting to weather, surface, and playing style. Screw-in studs allowed players to adjust to conditions. Innovation was not accidental, it was constant. Adi Dassler listened to athletes obsessively, believing that those who compete understand performance better than anyone. As television expanded the reach of sport, Adidas expanded with it. Olympic athletes, football legends, runners, and trainers carried the brand into living rooms around the world. But Adidas remained disciplined. Marketing followed achievement, not the other way around. If an athlete won, the product spoke. The late 20th century brought transformation. Sport was no longer confined to stadiums. It spilled into streets, music, and youth culture. In the 1980s, Adidas unexpectedly became a symbol beyond athletics. Hip-hop artists wore Adidas sneakers and tracksuits not because of sponsorships, but because the brand represented authenticity. Run DMC's tribute to Adidas marked a cultural shift. Sport and street were no longer separate worlds. Adidas became a bridge. This moment changed everything. Adidas was no longer only about winning medals. It was about identity. About belonging. About self-expression through movement. The brand entered a new era where performance and culture collided. Sneakers became statements. Tracksuits became uniforms of creativity. The 3 stripes became a symbol of confidence. But success brings challenges. New competitors emerged. Trends changed. The market became faster, louder, more aggressive. There were moments when Adidas lost direction, moments of uncertainty where heritage alone was not enough. Yet the company survived by returning to its core belief: innovation through sport. In the modern era, Adidas reinvented itself by combining technology, design, and storytelling. Research labs replaced workshops, but the mindset remained the same. Data, biomechanics, sustainability, and material science became the new tools. Lightweight materials, energy-returning soles, performance fabrics engineered for movement. Every detail designed to serve the athlete. At the same time, Adidas embraced collaboration. Designers, artists, musicians, and athletes became partners rather than advertisements. The brand learned to speak multiple languages without losing its identity. Whether on the runway, the football pitch, or the city street, Adidas remained rooted in motion. Sustainability became a new frontier. The future of sport depended on the future of the planet. Adidas began rethinking production, materials, and responsibility. Innovation was no longer only about speed or strength but about longevity. How to move forward without leaving destruction behind. How to win without compromise. Through decades of change, one idea remained constant: impossible is nothing. This was not a slogan but a philosophy. A belief shaped by war, failure, reinvention, and persistence. Adidas was built by someone who believed that limitations exist to be challenged, not accepted. Today, Adidas exists everywhere. In packed stadiums and empty gyms. In Olympic finals and early morning runs. In moments of victory and quiet discipline. The brand no longer belongs to one country, one sport, or one generation. It belongs to movement itself. The story of Adidas is not about shoes or clothing. It is about the human desire to push forward, to run faster, to jump higher, to express who we are through motion. From a small German town to a global stage, Adidas remains a reminder that progress begins with belief, and belief begins with action. When the lights fade in stadiums and the crowds disappear, the movement continues. One step at a time. 3 stripes moving forward into the future.